The risk of speed. Every day, millions of people get behind the wheel believing one dangerous lie. That little extra speed won't matter. 10 miles faster, 20 miles faster. Just enough to get there a little earlier. And for most people, nothing happens. Until the day something does. The frightening thing about speed is that it rewards you before it punishes you. And the punishment is always bad, either on the driver or on the vehicle. Yes, you arrive a little quicker. You feel in control. You feel efficient, untouchable. But physics doesn't negotiate with confidence, and statistics don't care about experience. Tonight, we're talking about the risk of speed, not just on highways, but in life itself. Imagine two cars on the same highway. The speed limit is 70 miles per hour. One driver decides to travel at 60 miles per hour. Steady, controlled, patient. The other driver pushes the car to 90 miles per hour. Aggressive, fast, urgent. Now, most people assume the faster driver gains a huge advantage, but transportation studies consistently show something surprising. On average, highway trips, excessive speeding often saves only a few minutes. A few minutes, that's the trade. Tiny time savings for massively increased risk. And the numbers behind speeding are brutal. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, speeding contributed to roughly 29% of all traffic fatalities last year. Imagine that. And all this because somebody believed arriving slightly earlier was worth driving slightly faster. And here's what makes speed especially dangerous. The risk doesn't rise gradually. It rises exponentially. The World Health Organization reports that every 1% increase in average speed increases the risk of a fatal crash by approximately 4%. Think about that carefully. Not 4% for every 10% increase. 4% for every single 1% increase in speed. Because speed affects everything. Reaction time, braking distance, vehicle stability, impact force, human survivability. At higher speeds, the body simply cannot absorb collision energy the same way. The math becomes violent. Researchers at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety found that even relatively small speed increases, just 5 to 10 miles per hour, significantly increase injury severity and fatality risk during crashes. Just 5 miles per hour. That tiny increase most drivers barely notice can become the difference between walking away and never walking again, or never walking at all. And yet, modern culture glorifies speed everywhere. Fast money, fast fame, fast success, fast relationships, fast growth. Everybody is accelerating. Nobody wants the slow lane anymore. Social media made patience look like failure. You scroll for 10 minutes and see people becoming millionaires at 22. Influencers buying mansions. Entrepreneurs claiming they built empires overnight. And suddenly, your own progress starts feeling embarrassing. So people push harder, work harder, drive faster, sleep less, think less, and eventually lose control. What fascinates psychologists about speeding is that it often has very little to do with necessity. It's emotional, stress, competition, ego, impatience, anxiety. In fact, studies increasingly connect aggressive driving with emotional overload and distraction. A recent study highlighted by IIHS found that drivers become more likely to use their phones while speeding, especially on highways. Think about how dangerous that combination is. High speed, reduced reaction time, distracted attention. That's not driving anymore. That's gambling with momentum. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people who crash while speeding never expected to crash. Nobody wakes up and says, "Today, I'll lose control. Accidents happen because humans consistently overestimate their ability and underestimate risk, especially when nothing bad has happened to them before. That's how danger becomes normalized. A person speeds once, nothing happens. Twice, nothing happens. 50 times, still nothing happens. So the brain starts believing, I can handle this. In fact, at some motor parks, you hear drivers boasting, I have been driving for 40 years and I have never been involved in an accident. I am a professional driver. All this while drinking a full cup of traditional concoction mixed with dry gin. Well, expert driver until the one moment physics interrupts confidence. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety also found that increases in speed limits over the last few decades were associated with approximately 37,000 additional deaths over 25 years. 37,000 lives. Not because humans suddenly became worse drivers, but because higher speed leaves less room for error, less room to react, less room to survive. And honestly, that principle applies to life beyond the road. Some people are moving through life too fast to think clearly, too fast to process pain, too fast to notice burnout, too fast to recognize they are emotionally exhausted. They are constantly busy but spiritually absent. Constant acceleration, constant pressure, constant urgency. But movement is not always progress. Sometimes movement is panic disguised as ambition. You know something interesting about truly skilled drivers. They respect control more than speed. Professional racers understand this deeply. Anybody can slam the accelerator. But discipline, precision, timing, that requires maturity. And life works the same way. The people who survive long-term are rarely the most reckless. They're the most controlled. The slower driver on that highway may arrive only a few minutes later, but with dramatically lower risk, lower stress, more control, higher probability of survival. And maybe that's the lesson people need right now, because too many people are sacrificing peace for tiny advantages, destroying health for productivity, destroying relationships for ambition, destroying sleep for status, destroying themselves trying to keep up with strangers online, all to arrive ahead. Ahead of who? That's the real question. Life is not a synchronized race. Different people bloom at different speeds. Some succeed early and collapse later. Some struggle early and rise later. Speed impresses people temporarily, but sustainability preserves people permanently. So if you're listening tonight and you feel behind, slow down. Breathe. Think carefully before you force acceleration into areas of life that require patience. Because arriving safely matters more than arriving first. You are not late. And even if you are, it is still better late than dead, better delayed than destroyed, better steady than shattered. Both drivers arrive, but one of them risks everything for a few minutes. Slow down. The road will still be there. Drive safe, both through life and to your next destination.